If you've been following my videos on turning a porch into a laundry room, well, today I'm getting ready to hang some sheetrock. A few tools you're going to want to need: keyhole saw, a rasp, just a planer so you can dress up the edges on your sheetrock, of course a measuring tape. This right here, this little bit, just so it will countersink the screw into the sheetrock. It won't go too far in. A 4-inch hole saw so you can cut your light boxes out. This lift right here, you put it down on the floor and then step on it to raise the sheetrock up. I have this sheetrock lifter. This is a must-have if you're hanging sheetrock by yourself. Of course, have your knife, straight edge, so you can cut your board straight. A lot of people use a T-square or a level, a 4-foot level or whatnot, but nothing else, just use your straight edge. Of course, you know the normal stuff: eye protection, mask, all that good stuff. If you never used a sheetrock lift before, it comes in 3 pieces. I'm going to show you how to put it together. It's got a latch right here that you can pull up. Then it's will fold out. Lots. And also, you don't like your wheels in place with it. See, like a triangle down there. You line it up right here. This can be tricky. Set that in place. Third piece, slide right in there. This piece will swivel. You have these right here that help hold sheetrock on now. Pull this out. This will extend on both sides. It's a locking pin. Pull this back. This will allow it to tilt, so when you're hanging sheetrock on the wall. When you're taking sheetrock in your house, try to think ahead. I got all my sheetrock. I brought it in like this. That way, when I get ready to put it on the lift, all I can do is just flip it over and I'm already ready to raise up to my ceiling. Same with my walls. All I do is just slide it over and put it right to my walls. And one reason I've done this is because I'm in such a small room, I really don't have much room to maneuver around. This is when you really have to learn how to work in reverse, work backwards, kind of like I told you on that T111 board. So when you're hanging sheetrock, you always want to start in your ceiling first. We'll always hang the ceiling first. I told you I put my boards in here specifically so when I flip it over on my lift, it'll be ready to go up. Now, get your measurements. I got measurements from end to end, but this is not a square room. So this right here, when I lay it up, that's going to go on the bottom side near that outside wall. Then down here at the bottom, then this piece down at the bottom, when I flip it up, it go up here. It go on this top end of the ceiling. Cut it on the front side. Tap it a little bit. Finish it from the back. This is where this rasp come into play at. Put it over now. Board I'm hanging, it's gonna hit on this light. So I took the light fixture down. You cut the switch off, you'll be fine by having any power on it. But I go back and tape it just in case. Or you can put some wire nuts on it. I'll put some tape on until I get the sheetrock hung. Then I'll hang that little temporary fixture back up. Small room, my light gonna fall on this first board. So I got my measurement. Here's my measurement for my light on this bottom of the board. So when I flip it over and raise it up, it'll be right there at the light. Hopefully I got my measurement right. But if I don't, there ain't nothing that can't be fixed. Took down me some old scrap blocks so I can raise my sheetrock off the floor. Lord willing, that's the right hole. Now, just flip it up on my left. Y'all move the camera out the way, hard filming and working at the same time. See how I have the sheetrock position? So when I flipped it over, it's where I want it to be. Crank this and raise it up. Now I can roll it in place how I need to. Raise it up some more. Things didn't go as planned with this first piece because this room is not square, which I told you that in my first videos. And it's really starting to tell on itself now hanging in sheetrock. So when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So instead of using that whole sheet, I just cut it, fit it around my light. Then the other piece, I'll go back and hang it over there. You might have to alter it some, shave some off the ends and edges and stuff, but that's where it goes when nothing is square. This is why I say don't throw nothing away. Since it's not square, I had to nail a short piece of block to nail beside this 2x4 so I have something to screw my sheetrock to. I think we might be halfway in business right there. I've read, when you're putting in sheetrock, put 32 screws in each sheet. You got 4 screws in the 5 rows in the middle, 6 screws on the 2 edges. Now that's in a perfect world when you got probably 16 on center, but this is not the case. Yeah, I got some of it up on that far end. I might put a little short piece on that far end right there. I'll come over here. I'm not going to use a whole 8-foot piece. I'm going to just work with a smaller piece. This piece, I'm not going to be able to use the whole 4-foot piece. It's like 47 on one end and 46 and a quarter on the other end. So I'm going to measure it right here and cut it off. That way when I flip it up, this end right here will go to the back. Good to have you a chalk line to help make them long cuts. It's good to have you one of these isolating tools so you can cut your sheetrock when things just don't line up just right. Just zip it right off so it fit in place. And you can hang your temporary light back in case you need some light. Just like I said about that scrap insulation, don't be quick to throw it away. Same with the sheetrock. Don't be quick to throw these pieces away right here because it's still use for it. Such as right up in here, I use them scrap pieces so I don't have to use a whole piece just for a little space. That's why I tell you, some people waste your material. They'll cut a whole piece, an 8-foot section, just for this little piece right here, instead of using scrap pieces. Once you finish it, the finished product, you'll never know anyways. Sealing is finished.